It's 5 minutes past 6. This is Ben Brown, Radio City News.
Radio City, first with news 24 hours a day.
Turn on to the city.
Arthur Murphy.
Good morning, Merseyside. You're listening to the big one in the Northwest, Radio City, and this is Stevie Wonder. Hello there and good morning, and Stevie Wonder there with You Are the Sunshine of My Life. Well, that brings back a lot of memories, because if you were daft enough to tune in at this particular hour of the day 10 years ago, I'm not quite sure of the date, but it was the 20th or the 21st of October, I was the first I was the first fellow here anyway to present a radio program on Radio City. And I remember it very, very well indeed. That was the very first record we played. And out in the foyer, there was a whole lot of, I don't know who they were, but they were all drinking champagne and having a ball. And I was just terrified. And Peter Duncan, our chief engineer, standing behind me there, flapping around, trying to make sure I didn't make any mistakes. But it was a great morning, and that was 10 years ago. It doesn't seem possible. It doesn't seem possible at all. By the way, my thanks to Tony Gray, who preceded me there. Thank you very much indeed, Bert, and we'll have a word on the phone with you later on if you care to ring me back. Right, let's go on here with one off the city's playlist. Number 3, it is current lead 6, and we take a wee break.
In the air and everywhere, it's Radio City.
Spoke right time at ERU.
Kim Wilde.
Arthur Murphy.
He's a smooth talker.
Between the 26th and 30th of October...
I thought I recognised that accent. Mark Jones, one of the juniors that came in here when I left, still sort of running out of breath at the end of sentences. You'll have to do something about your lungs, Mark. You really will. You really will.
24 hours a day.
And a very good morning for me, Arthur Murphy. City at 7. The news is next.
Radio City.
The news this morning, Freedom and the Dole.
From Radio City. The news at 7 with Mark MacDonald.
Good morning. It's 8 minutes past 7. This is Mark MacDonald, Radio City News.
Radio City, first with news 24 hours a day.
Arthur Murphy.
He's had such a heavy day, bless him.
And this is Arthur Murphy. Good morning.
Radio City 194. Radio City 1548. Radio City 96.7 FM stereo.
I still think the original jingles are better. But there we are. My name's Arthur Murphy.
Arthur Murphy.
Radio City 194.
And
It's 8 minutes past 8. This is Mark MacDonald, Radio City News.
Radio City, first with news 24 hours a day.
Arthur Murphy.
Twenty past 8 here on Radio City, and Ron's more traffic news. What's happening? Disasters?
We never stop, do we, Arthur? I promise you, in this bulletin I'll get my lunch hours and peak hours sorted out. Well, let's look at the weather first, and there's been quite a change overnight. That wind is dropping quite a bit. It's a lot drier this morning too, and the forecast is for sunny spells later in the day. Now, I think a repeat of that traffic flash earlier is worth doing, and for motorists in the Crosby area, we've got big problems on Crosby Road South near to Sandringham Road. That's opposite the police station in Crosby.
Arthur Murphy.
It's a beautiful day on 194. 194 is at your door with music you want more. 194, 194.
God, that jingle takes me back. They were the first jingles. Linda Lewis.
194.
Arthur Murphy.
He's had such a heavy day, bless him.
It was a heavy day.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Radio City. Happy birthday to you.
Way!
194. 194.
That's what your radio's there for.
and a one-man draw.
Having a listen to them, and they are really nice as well. And I must admit, this has got to be my favourite one of all time. Take a listen to this.
City is switched on to every sound in town. Switch on to the city now.
Yeah, there she is, the original lady who did it originally, Linda Lewis. Ah, that is so smoochy and all the rest of it.
Radio City on 194, and it's downtime with Paul Leckie.
24 minutes after 1.
It's 5 minutes past 10. This is Terry McMahon, Radio City News.
Radio City, first with news 24 hours a day.